In our reflections this week, we've been reclining at the table with Peter. And as we've reclined at the table with Peter, we've observed Jesus after supper going round the table and washing the feet of his disciples. And we've observed Jesus coming to wash the feet of Peter. And as we've observed that, we've thought about Peter's shock. We've also thought about Peter's stubbornness, and we've also thought about Peter's subsequent submission. And in our closing reflection today, we want to think about Peter's snoopiness. Peter's snoopiness, because Peter asked a question: who is it? Who is it, Jesus, that's going to betray you? Peter exhibited what we might call snoopiness. Well, let's read of that snoopiness from John chapter 13, verse 18 to the end of the chapter. Jesus said, "I'm not including all of you in this. I know precisely whom I've selected so as not to interfere with the fulfillment of this scripture. The one who ate bread at my table will stab me in the back. I'm telling you all this ahead of time so that when it happens, you will believe that I am who I say I am. Make sure you get this right. Receiving someone I send is the same as receiving me, just as receiving me is the same as receiving the one who sent me." After he said these things, Jesus became visibly upset. And then he told them why. "One of you is going to betray me." Disciples looked around at one another, wondering who on earth he was talking about. One of the disciples, the one Jesus loved dearly, was reclining against him, his head on his shoulder. Peter motioned to him to ask who Jesus might be talking about. So being the closest, he said, "Master, who?" Master, who? Jesus said, "The one to whom I give this crust of bread after I've dipped it." Then he dipped the crust and gave it to Judas, son of Simon the Iscariot. As soon as the bread was in his hand, Satan entered him. "What you must do," said Jesus, do it and get it over with." No one around the supper table knew why he said this to him. Some thought that since Judas was their treasurer, Jesus was telling him to buy what they needed for the feast, or that he should give something to the poor. Judas, with the piece of bread, left. It was night. Who is it? Peter's snoopiness. Just tell us, Jesus, who is it? In a sense, Peter put his foot in it again by asking that question. Who is it? I mean, just tell us which one of us it is. Who's the elephant in the room? Well, Judas was the elephant in the room, and yet Jesus washed Judas's feet as well. Jesus, all-knowing, knows that Judas hasn't come clean and has already and will betray him. But get this, Jesus still washes Judas's feet in the same demonstration of costly, unexpected love. Judas's feet are not the beautified feet of the ones who bring good news. Rather, Judas's feet are the feet which will march off to the Roman authorities and lead them to the Garden of Gethsemane so that he can point Jesus out to them. I say all that to say this, that being good was not the qualification for having their feet washed. Being good enough has nothing to do with it. Judas was quite frankly a character. He was a rogue. He was the one who betrayed Jesus, and yet Jesus washed his feet. Peter's snoopiness, Peter's asking the question, who is it, as it were, opened the door for Jesus to go on to explain that one who was sitting around that table would betray him. Jesus used Peter's snoopiness, as it were, to have that conversation with his disciples. And yet Jesus even washed the feet of the one who was to betray him. I close today with a challenge to myself as much as a challenge to you, and with the words of the servant king, words which are known to many of us. So let us learn how to serve. Let's be like the servant king. Let's follow the example of Jesus. Let's be willing to get down and to wash feet, spiritually and metaphorically speaking. So let us learn how to serve, and in our lives enthrone him. Each other's needs to prefer, for it is Christ we are serving. This is our God, the servant king. He calls us now to follow him, to bring our lives as a daily offering of worship to the servant king. Are we like Jesus, willing, spiritually and metaphorically, to take that towel, to take that basin, and to take that water and pour it into the basin? Are we willing to become like the servant king? Are we willing to serve others in whatever way Jesus may challenge us to do? Are we willing to put convenience aside and to put Christ at the centre of all that we are and all that we want to become? Today, whose feet are we washing? Whose feet are we washing? May we follow the example of the servant king, the one who took a towel, the one who took a basin, the one who took water and washed the feet of his disciples, of Peter and Judas. Whose feet are we washing today?